Kedrah House Stud was established in 1977. Maggette and I, after qualifying as a veterinary surgeon, set up a veterinary practice here. And in conjunction with the veterinary practice, we always kept stallions and horses. In the early days, we kept sport horse stallions, and then we evolved to thoroughbred stallions. So we built the farm up. It was a conventional farm with sheep and cattle and tillage. And now we've turned it into a nice stud farm with all the facilities, stabling and paddocks that we require. We have a very strict criteria what a stallion must be. He must be a big horse for national hunt breeding. He must have speed and a pedigree, and Berkshire had these. I mean, he won at Chesham in Royal Ascot when he was only 26 months old, and he's 16.3. So he certainly brought a lot to the table in that respect. He had size, speed, and then of course a great pedigree. I think pedigree is terribly important. Well Chosen had the pedigree in the dam side. Berkshire has the pedigree. His dam won the Prix de l'Opera, which is, the Oaks and Arc Day, and a very, very strong pedigree. Big horse, speed and early maturity. Berkshire is by Mount Nelson, who is a son of the Rock of Gibraltar, and the dam is by Dr. Devious. So it's an outcross from. We've so much of Sadler's Wells blood now, which was exceptional and really beneficial to national hunt breeders. So having such a kind of a classical horse as an outcross to Sadler's Wells, it's an added benefit. I think his pedigree is probably the most important thing, that he's by a very strong sire line. He's a very big horse. I think size is terribly important for national hunt. Good looking and a good mover. He was an athlete. He won at Royal Ascot at 2, and he still trained on until he was 6-year-old, and he retired sound. So he's a sound horse with a great pedigree, speed, and he's a very good looking horse. He's a big attractive horse with a great walk. And his foals this year were particularly rewarding in that he got a great crop of foals. He has covered 400 mares in his first 2 seasons. And his foals were at the public sales this year in Tattersalls and Goffs. He had 18 foals, and all 18 sold to the top producers like the Costellos, the Blehens, the Berries, the Wades. So we're delighted with what we got for his foals and how they were received and the yards they've gone into. He's a very easy horse to sell to breeders. I mean, one look at him and, the talking is over. A picture says 1,000 words with him. And you can see that from the video footage you saw today, that he's very athletic and very good looking and with the pedigree. Well Chosen has been a fantastic servant to us. He came here in 2002. He was with Ed Dunlop as a 3-year-old. He didn't have a great race record, but he had a great pedigree. And he was big and good looking. Now at that time we didn't have a large book of thoroughbred mares, and he was covering sport horse mares. So he started his career covering far more sport horse mares than thoroughbred mares. But it became very early, he became aware that the few thoroughbreds he was getting were exceptional. And he had the great ability to improve pedigrees and continues to do that, like mares that hadn't a record of producing good horses, like Jury Duty, Chosen Mate. All of those horses came from very weak mares with very weak pedigrees. So he was by Sadler's Wells out of a Chris Mill Reef mare, but again she was an exceptional mare, Hawajis. She was second in the Irish Oaks, third in the Epsom Oaks, and her dam Canadian Mill won the Canadian Oaks. And it's a Fast Company she'd be the dam of Fast Company as well. So again, big horse, good pedigree, and Sadler's Wells. He kind of crept into fame. I became aware a long time ago when he had only 3 5-year-olds and all 3 of them won. And I thought there must be something happening. And it crept up from there. And I mean, he has an exceptional strike rate of winners to runners, very, very high. And they're obviously, the trainers like them, they're easy trained, they're good race horses, and there's no problem in marketing him now. They all want him. We limit his number of mares to him because of his age. My wish would be, my son is a vet with me here, and I work for him in the practice now, and he has his very nice farm near us. He bought it during the year. My daughter also has a farm near us, so I'm hoping the Lord will give me and get enough health that we'll pass it on to our grandchildren. My grandkids, as you've seen, are the 8th generation here, and you can see from today that we're certainly they're very interested in ponies and horses, and we have 4 grandchildren and 6 ponies. So that's what I would love to see, the family continue the business.